Hey everybody, Sheyla here, and today we are taking a first look at our first run into Dragonmaw Retreat. Now, first of all, check this out. This poor lost soul. I know he can do it. He really can't though. He's stuck. He's stuck. He just gotta wait for the boat to move. I just thought this was funny. This is a good light way to start off the video. This poor night elf. Good luck, man. Alright, so anyway, today we're taking our first look into Dragonmaw Retreat. And, yeah, it was fantastic. It's super big. It is very long. It is difficult. It requires a key to finish. Now, all these things have something in common with another iconic dungeon, and that is Blackrock Depths. And I'm comfortable sort of dubbing Dragonmaw Retreat as the Blackrock Depths of level 30. Now, the nice thing about this is we have, I think, what, 2 new level 30 dungeons? I mean, technically 3 with Crescent Grove, but I'm talking about in 1.18, the new patch. So now in level, when you're around the 30 range, and if you're a dungeon grinder, you have options. You do not have to just sit in Scarlet Monastery for 10 levels, because, you know, everybody gets tired of the SM runs. I mean, it's all right until you hit level 33, and then you've got 33 to 40 of just armory and library, and, you know, you end up doing them 20, 40, 50, 60 times. It gets old. So that's the nice thing, is we have new options as far as dungeons if we want to get into dungeons. Now, there are new level 30 zones too, and I just had a weird response in my throat. It's just the excitement of the dungeons, just making me make noises. So anyway, we do have 2 new level 30 zones, and that would be Northwind and Baylor. So you have options. Wait. We have Northwind, you have Baylor, and I think you have, do we have 3 new level 30 zones? Let me just rack my brain real quick. Baylor. I don't know. We have new level 30 zones. That's the important thing to know. So the journey to 60 is going to be a lot more refreshing, and it's going to be a lot easier, just because you're not going to have that burnout, that Scarlet Monastery burnout that you usually get. Yeah, and I remember just around level 33 to 40 are usually when I leave an alt. Like, I abandon the alt just because I get so tired of that bracket. But if you can just push through, and usually around level 49 is when things start to pick back up. You know, you start to get into Sunken Temple. You start to get ready for the end game. You know, the finish line is in sight, and you sort of muster up all your strength and you get through it. But it's nice to have new options. So taking a look, this is the first boss we encountered in Dragonmaw, and the run was pretty good. We wiped like 5 or 6 times. One, because I am not using Hunter macros yet. I did get a friend of mine who mains Hunter to send me some stuff over. I needed a pet passive and a pet defensive macro, and fortunately I was able to Frankenstein some macros off of the forums with the pet passive macro. So now I got my trap and combat macro. I don't have to go deep into survival and pick that up. I can just trap as I feel as Beast Mastery. I'm not too interested in playing Marksman. I know that's the rating spec. I'd like to play Beast Mastery in raids. We'll see how it works. I just don't want my pet to be dying constantly, so I'll have to be looking into pet mechanics and how exactly what resistances to take and things like that, and maybe like particular pets are better for different raids. So we're gonna have to do our research on that. But yeah, I'm planning on staying Beast Mastery through level 60. I enjoy it. So take a look at this. This is the scale of this dungeon is just gigantic. It's huge. They did a really good job designing it too. It's interesting looking. One of my guildmates was saying that it is an Easter egg to the Lord of the Rings. You know, where they're running through the mines and they get separated from Gandalf. And yeah, this is the staircase. Yep. So you can see that the new content, it's not like, it doesn't look amateurish. They really did put a lot of care and detail into this dungeon, and you can really tell when you get in here. That being said, it's incredibly difficult. Like, it felt like a level 50 dungeon at level 30. So don't come in here expecting to get this over within an hour or so. This is going to take you 2.5, 3 hours. And because we wiped so many times, because our druid over here, good healer, but they'd already been here and they didn't want to sit through the whole thing. Oh, we lost somebody. My guildmate. Oh, there's a jump here, so make sure you jump. It's like the Wailing Caverns jump. If you do not jump where the jump is, you're gonna fall, and luckily we figured it out. We all had to jump down, and not there. We jumped down on this lip here, and I did end up like aggroing mobs. I think they reset. So be careful. Make sure that everybody makes that jump. Otherwise, you guys are all gonna have to come down here and go around. And we did end up making our way back up, but there was a spider boss down here. So we ended up just killing that spider boss real quick, because so there's options. There's different routes you can take in here. But yeah, the druid was trying to skip because he's been here already. He doesn't really care about exploring or discovery. And my whole thing is like, dude, this is my first time here. I'm trying to show folks in a video. If we skip half this place, first of all, that ruins my first time here, and second of all, like, I can't show you guys the stuff. It's sort of like, hey man, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm too busy. It's like, you are logged into an MMO. If you are that busy, you shouldn't be playing video games. Like, if you're too busy to enjoy the activity you're participating in, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a poor use of your time, because you're not going to be able to do the thing properly. And part of that is ADHD brain. But the other part of it is it's a cop-out. They're not too busy. They don't want to. I was helping, and that's another thing, is like, usually, like, over on Nordrenar, if you're doing a quest to somebody, they'll wait around until you finish. But over on Ambershire, a lot of these new guys, the second they're done, thanks, bye, or you're lucky if they say that. That's the polite version. They'll just leave and walk off. So yeah, incredibly impersonal. Newer players are, and I understand. Maybe it's cultural. Retail has their own culture. We have our own culture. And it's also an international server, so maybe I understand. I've played in several European guilds, and some folks are not as friendly or as warm, and I'm not saying they're rude or nasty. Some of them are, but they're not as chatty or as personable as some of the players I'm used to playing with, which is like primarily North American. And don't get me wrong, North American players are toxic little shits too, but just culturally speaking, Europe tends to be a lot less chatty and like boisterous than the American players, so it could be that too. But there was a spider boss, so I did end up making a mistake here. I was tab targeting, and you'll see in a second, but I end up accidentally multi-shotting a pack to the side, and this is why I didn't want to skip. Is like, if we clear packs, and yeah, like, I don't know if clearing the pack beforehand would help, because we walked around behind where I'm standing currently to get around. We were supposed to fight that pack first before we took this boss on, because this is a boss. or is this a boss? I don't know. It's my first time here. But yeah, we were supposed to clear this pack first, the pack that I multi-shotted, but Druid said, no, we'll just skip it and we'll just do the mob we need. Yeah, that is a boss. He drops part of the key, which you need to finish, by the way. If nobody in your group has a key for this dungeon, you need to find somebody with a key, otherwise you're going to get 2 hours deep and then realize you can't finish the dungeon, so you'll be SOL. But yeah, if we had just cleared that pack like the developers intended, this wouldn't have happened. But, you know, go, fast. I gotta get my gear, I gotta get to 60. I gotta get to car 40 and then never play the game again. You know, these people. But yeah, again, it's just like you're fast guys spoiling it for everybody else, making it miserable. And, you know, I have a solution for this personally. I'm just gonna stick to guild runs. I mean, I don't mean to spoil things too much. I mean, it's about the journey, but I did hit level 60. I'm not going to tell you how long it took me, and I'm not going to tell you how. We're going to get there as far as the other videos, the future videos go. Because it is a journey, oh my gosh. So much happened. So much happened. I was playing for 30-hour sessions on average. You know, it's just live to win, eat, sleep, play WoW, which is good. I'm fortunate that I'm not fortunate that I'm in a position I can do that, but I'm lucky enough to be able to know life, the best version of World of Warcraft in the world. You know, see the good in all things. But anyway, I end up giving the warriors some healing potions because I feel bad that, you know, my hunter moment wiped them. So this is another boss here, and this is the intro clip. This is where I ding. I think I ding 30 or 32. I don't know, but I ended up dinging. And I've been experimenting with the cinematic mode a little bit, just because it looks cool. You know, it's cool to get the UI out of the way and to see the game, you know, like in an immersive way. But yeah, so the hardest thing for me over on Ambershire is getting used to the cultural differences. And I'm not talking about like cultural differences as far as nationality. I'm talking about as far as retail versus turtle. So my solution is to just raid with my guild and to do dungeons with my guild. However, I have leveled so fast that I outpaced everybody else, so I can't group with my guildmates because they're lovely, wonderful people who also want to explore and take it slow. They're like-minded. They understand the way I would like to interact with people in the game, which is fantastic, and that's what you want your guild to be like. You want your guild to share the same values, and you know, I'm not saying like everybody has to believe the same thing in your guild, but they should be wanting to play the game the same way at least, because that's what you're there to do, is to play the game together. So if you want to play the game one way, and your guild has a guild culture of playing the game a certain other way, that's probably a bad fit, and you could end up running into some friction in the future. So it's something to keep in mind when you are finding guilds. But yeah, just lovely, nice people who've got lives unlike myself and are doing stuff. So they just want to enjoy the content, and you know, they don't need to be world first. They do not need to hit level 60 in 3 days. And yeah, I'm totally here for that, and that's what I want in a guild. I just want some normal, happy, healthy people to play with. You know, no go, no assholes. No elitists, no sweaty jerks. I mean, I can be sweaty, I can be a jerk, but I'm not trying to be, and I need to be around people who are also not trying to be. You know, because it's a race to the bottom. You're the average of the people you keep around you. So if you're surrounded by a bunch of losers, you're surrounded by a bunch of jerks, you're probably a loser, you're probably a jerk. If you're surrounded by some good people, some decent people, some quality people, well, hey, that's a good start. You know, you guys are going to rub off on each other. So we got this dragon here, and this was a tough boss. I'm not even going to hold you. This was very difficult. We were worried about if we were going to be able to do this or not, and I ended up running out of arrows. The dungeon was so long, so that's why you're seeing me melee. You're like, what are you doing? Your beast mastery, like. So luckily, my pet is my primary source of damage, so I don't really have to worry too much about like, you know, not doing enough DPS because I'm beast mastery. But this dungeon is so long, I took about 1,000, no. I took about 2,400 arrows into here with me. And by the time we were done, All those arrows were gone. So yeah, this is gonna be a marathon dungeon. This is gonna be a long one, and I recommend you not skip anything, just because I'll tell you, we were in here for 4 hours. We did not have to be in here for 4 hours. We could have been out in 3, and that's how long the dungeon's supposed to take. Again, it's about Blackrock depth size. We could have been out in 3 had we just slowed down and cleared the stuff the way the developers designed it to. But we had to get fancy. We had to skip stuff, and again, I had some hunter moments. I ended up wiping us one time, just by pulling that pack with multi-shot. So if we just slowed down, it would have been a lot faster, and it would have been a lot safer. But again, it's like talking to a wall with these guys, and some of them listen, some of them don't. And I keep on thinking they're younger, and then I realize, like, no, the average age for a World of Warcraft player is probably about 32, 33. So these people are older than me. They're older than me, and they haven't absorbed the life wisdoms that I've had to learn the hard way as a fool myself. And they think, dude, why do you care so much? It's a video game. And it's like, well, your character matters wherever you are. You are the person, whether you're behind the screen or whether you're standing in front of somebody. And a lot of people think that their behavior doesn't matter so long as they can't be held accountable. And it's like, well, that's not true. Like, the definition of character is what you do when nobody's looking. So if you're a shithead when nobody's looking, you're just a shithead. You're just a shitty person. And we have no shortage of shitty people. Everybody wants to be surrounded by good people. You need to be a good person if you want to be surrounded by good people. Otherwise, you're not going to find good people. But I don't mean to be ranting at you, but it's just sort of flabbergasting. It's just like, I'm not even 30 years old yet. I'm 28. I'm going to be turning 30 in about a year or so. Like a year and a few months. And it's just like, guys, like, with 15 years, ahead of me, they still haven't got yet. And that's life. Some people will never get it. I want to play with the people that do get it, though, the good people. And luckily, the Valiance Pack are those people. If you are looking for a wholesome, fantastic, international role-playing guild that has plans for raiding once raids open up, the Valiance Pack is your go-to guild. We have amazing, wonderful human beings playing with us. We have a nurturing, wholesome community. We even have cat pics. It's my favorite channel in the Discord. We have all the cat pics. We have dog pics too. And I love dogs. I was a dog person all my life, but I've recently grown to appreciate the sketchiness and the mischief of kitties. So yeah, the Valiance Pack is recruiting. We will be slowing down recruiting efforts. We did surpass about 300 members. And I'm trying to reach out to some other guilds to do a large server-wide event. But yeah, we're working on that still, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we ended up finishing. I got some pretty good upgrades. I got leather pants. I got some leather boots. They're really good. But afterwards, I was like, you know what? Let me keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Let me go back to something I know, something a little bit more chill. So we got some SM library, and here's the perks of being a hunter. So something goes wrong, and again, a lot of these tanks, they don't understand tanking in vanilla. They don't understand how to gear. They don't understand the threat multipliers. So tank overpulled. I don't think they did it on purpose because it's a paladin who's body pulling, and I think I might have offered to range pull, just to make it easier, because I've been the paladin tank who can't range pull. It sucks. And so tank ends up pulling too many mobs, dies to the hyenas. And I'm like, are we good? All right, tank's down. I'm gonna try to salvage this. My pet is down. Yeah, that was a big one. So yeah, I let him know. Yeah, this is a little too much. Yeah, tank's down. Healer's down. It's time to rat. We're gonna pull pirate software. We're gonna get out of here. Just because I can't res, I can't DI, I can't heal. There's nothing I can. What do you want me to do for you? Ooh, I'm not that type of person. I feel like shit saying that. I couldn't imagine saying that seriously. I feel like a fucking terrible person saying that. Like, wow, what a piece of shit. But yeah, so we ended up getting through it, and the staff drops a Beast Mastery staff, which is fucking sick because I'm skinning, and this is gonna come into handy for the mount farm. And I'm not going to spoil what we did. We did end up getting our mount. I think I got it at level 42. I'm not going to spoil the technique because that's going to be in the next video. And oh my god, the grind was so crazy. It's just me listening to breaks in jungle for about 9 hours, just like geeked on green tea and Zin pouches, just like vibrating. I'm just like listening. So we're going to get into that for the next video. But as always, thanks guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Peace.